If you have ever felt the pressure of trying to get summer perfect for your kids, finding the stressors of life just piling up on top of you, this video is for you. I'm going to be taking a look at how we can choose peace over perfection. So, welcome back. I'm Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health therapist who was recently diagnosed with two autoimmune disorders. And I'm just trying to figure things out in real time. So today I have a very, very busy full day in terms of work. I've got full day full of clients and meetings, but I also have some paperwork that I need to do. And so definitely feeling all the stressors just here at work. In addition to work, I have a leaky roof. And my roof is only 6 years old. So I recently just spent about a little over about $2,000 earlier this year trying to get things fixed, trying to do all the preventative, all the right things. It is still leaking. So I have a contractor coming today, and I have two coming on my day off. And I also was trying to attend this meeting where they have different folks that are having different agencies with different types of products and things that are helpful for families, but also just helpful for homeowners. So I'm trying to attend that. That was initially on my to-do list today. And if I'm not gonna just make things even crazier, it's my oldest, it's her birthday. It's her birthday is next week. And so I need to get everything finished in terms of planning for that. And I woke up in the middle of the night last night with a little bit of tension in my back. And I was like, the devil is a liar. Got one of these patches on the side of my bed and popped that thing on my back and went right back to sleep. And overall, I feel like my health is a little bit more kind of leaning towards that green zone. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about by green zone, I'm going to try to remind myself to put in the description box below just the video that I've been doing on green zones, yellow zones, red zones with your health, your physical health, but also your mental health, and how to have tips and coping for each different zone. So, health wise, I've been feeling pretty good. But I know that one of the triggers for both of my autoimmune disorders is stress. So, I am definitely feeling that and feeling worried, concerned about that, having some sort of major flare, knowing that my kid's birthday is next week. Summer is about 60% over. I want them to enjoy their summer. I don't want it to be doctor's appointments and contractors and stress. I want their summer to be fun and to be good. And I want to be able to show up for my kids and for my husband and my family. And I am just noticing my own limitations in the middle of all of that. So just excuse me as I take a little bit of a deeper breath because I'm noticing my voice is getting a lot higher. I'm also feeling my breath feeling more shallow. And that is not a place that feels good for me. My body may be leaning towards that green zone, but my mental health definitely feels like it's in the yellow. Y'all, life is lifing over here. Life is lifing for me over here. So, how do we manage this? How do we deal with this? And so, I think that's the first thing that y'all just kind of saw me do is number one, can we please put on our own oxygen mask? Can we please take a big breath? Apparently, I need another big breath. Because sometimes we're not breathing as deeply and as fully as we know that we need to breathe. And I know, particularly for myself, if I don't make some of those good breaths, I will literally start to almost kind of have like these lung spasms, excuse me, where it's like I'm consistently coughing, but there's nothing wrong with my throat. So I really have to make sure, as I'm just slowing myself down just a little bit more, to take some more breath. So take some deeper breath to allow some of that carbon dioxide to leave my system because I know as my breathing gets more shallow, that just builds up into my system. I'm going to start to panic more, and that doesn't help anybody, right? So, again, another big breath. And one of the things that I am actually going to do is I need to actually probably just better contain some of the things that are later on in my day so that I can just literally hit things one thing at a time. I can't hold on to the whole map inside of my head because it's overwhelming. It feels too much because it is too much, all right? It's too much in my nervous system. It's too much. And so as I'm just kind of naming that, I feel like I'm almost validating my own experience here. I have a lot on my plate today, and I thought, oh, I could do that. Oh, I can handle that. Oh, I can handle that, which usually is a coping thought that I have for myself. I've got it. I can handle this. Definitely before I was diagnosed with autoimmune disorders, that was my motto. As a Black woman, I can handle that. I can do that. 100%. And my body's like, girl, you can't. Girl, you can't. Girl, you can't, and that's okay. I feel like I'm saying that for myself, but also for somebody else out there. Girl, you can't, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because one of the things that I also want to do, in addition to making sure my kids have a great summer, is making sure that I pass down a roadmap for them that is going to show them how to navigate life as young Black ladies in a society that is under a lot of stress and turmoil right now. So I have to put on my own oxygen mask first, y'all. I am tripping over my words today. Got to put that on. Got to take some breaths. As I am breathing, I can literally feel my brain getting clearer. And so maybe that's something you need to just do right along with me today. Just getting a little bit extra breath in there. Letting our brain cool off. Maybe we need to write a physical to-do list. Sometimes when it's in our head, it is just too much. We've got to put it down. And I know we have all these great electronic calendars that are great and that are lovely, but my brain, y'all, still works on paper. And there's something magical about putting it down on a to-do list. And the more that I'm sitting with my nervous system, as bad as I want to go to this community meeting, at the end of the day, I don't actually know that I'm going to be able to make it. And it just has to be okay. Now, probably some of y'all who know that I'm married could be like, oh, well, why don't you send your husband? I don't know if y'all heard me. I've got roof stuff going on, which means dollar signs, which means more money that I'm shelling out, which means financial stress, which means that's additional stress on my husband. The last thing he's going to want to hear from me is about some sort of community meeting in a way that's going to be supportive. Still tripping, y'all. Literally tripping. It's going to be supportive of families and homeowners. That's the last thing he's trying to hear right now. Will I probably mention it to him? I'm going to remind him of it. But am I going to ask him to do it? Absolutely not. Because guess what? He's at work all day today as well. And my husband works in corporate America, which as a Black man, there's so much disrespect that they experience every single day in a system that's not necessarily made for them. There's so much in terms of stressors that he has to put on with just putting forth his professional self, that when he comes home, he just wants to drop that mask. He's not trying to go back out in the community and put it back on. So I sometimes this is a trap that I used to do very early in my marriage, was I used to think, oh great, so that means there's two of me. So I'm gonna operate on level 10. I'm gonna have him operate on level 10, and I'm gonna get twice as much done. So I literally could be in two places at once. That usually is not a recipe for success. And anytime we are putting our partners in a position that they have to overfunction and overwork just like we are, that usually is a place that's going to start an argument. I'm just telling y'all right now. Because it's unrealistic expectations. I'm not even saying so much for the partner. I'm saying unrealistic expectations for ourselves. If you're overfunctioning in your relationship and you want to put that also on your partner, you might want to take some time, slow down, put your oxygen mask on. Has that ever worked in the past? Has that ever been good for your relationship in the past? If you have kids, has that been good for your kids to see? Is that a pattern you want to pass on? That's not something I want to pass on. That's not something that I want to do. So, my nervous system is starting to remind myself of going through graduate school. When I was in graduate school, oh my goodness, we had a huge stack of books for one class. And we would have to read like 3 and 4 chapters out of 3 to 5 different books any given time, write all these papers and reports for one class. I remember I got through grad school with running and antidepressants. And y'all, that's how I made it. We started off with almost 50 people in my class, and only 6 of us walked on time. 6. And I didn't walk on time because I'm super smart or I'm really great. I wish I could say those things, but that's not how I made it. I recognized very quickly what my weaknesses were, how limited that I was. I was taking things one step at a time. And the only time I have ever ran in my life was in graduate school. I never ran as a kid, never liked running. But running, there's this certain pace, there's this certain cadence that you get used to doing. And I just dealt with things one step at a time. And I went through that extremely humbling process, watched brilliant people not make it. And a lot of gratitude, a lot of real quick School of Hard Knocks lessons in terms of humility. And I kept putting one foot in front of the other. And just gave the rest to God. We can't do everything, y'all. We're not going to be able to do everything. And for those of you out there who are like Virginia, saying God is something that does not necessarily align with me, I'm like 100%, I get that. Where can you lay the burden of those things that are way too heavy for you? And so for some folks that I know, they don't like the word God, they'll say spirit. They'll say spirit, like, you have to take the rest. Some folks that I know, they don't say spirit, they'll say the universe, it's in fate's hands. They'll say, these are the cards that I've been dealt in life. The rest is just out of my hands. And just trusting and hoping that everything else that's too big for you will take care of itself, because you can't take care of it anyways. So you don't have to use God or any sorts of religious language. Know what's in your heart. Know what's yours. Know what's also too big for you. And don't work above your pay grade. So if you've heard something today that has been validating to your experience or helpful or grounding, I do ask that you would take some time to subscribe to my channel right now. I am going to be going over burnout. I'm also going to be going over parenting tips. I have two neurospicy kids, and I'm a neurospicy parent. So I'm going to be going over parenting tips. Also going to be going over love and marriage, career, and all the things that chronic illness tends to complicate. But my name is Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I really appreciate this time that you've taken here with me today and some of these deep breaths that we've been taking together. And I really hope that you do something really good for you and do something good for those that are in your life. Till next time, bye.